Hello class! In this video I'm going to show you how to paint materials onto Revit, which is pretty easy to do. Now in the last video I showed you how to make a new material, and the long-term goal is to make a 3D floor plan or axon or a 3D perspective section, so on and so forth, and ultimately render it. So we were using generic floors, walls, etc. And so that's why we have to paint on the material in this way, and that's a pretty easy step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select something like a roof, which we just made the material for, and it's going to change my tab to modify. And as a part of that, we have this button right here, which is called Paint. I'm going to select Paint, and it'll pull up this dialog box, and I'm going to type in roof 2, which was what I called my roof, and you might have more than one. I'm going to click on this, and then we can see my little icon on the screen has a little paint symbol, and I can just click on a roof. And when I click on it, we see what happens is it turned gray. Now I sort of knew that was going to happen, and you're probably going to run into this error too if you have it set up the way that I sort of had it set up. And I could have solved it multiple ways, I'm just realizing, but it's okay. The first thing I can test to make sure it's working by clicking on this button down here and going to realistic. And when I do that, it's going to take a little longer to render, but we're going to see it turns to the orange color. And if I zoomed in, we're going to see the bump map of that standing seam roof, just like that. Now the reason for that is because when I set up the materials, I only set up the 3D rendering realistic material look. If you went under graphics and also changed it from gray to orange, it would look orange in the original view as well. But that's okay. It doesn't matter, because again, for this class, we're just worried about rendering, and we will render this in the end. So if you change your view to realistic, you'll be good to go. Anyway, you just keep going. You click on the surfaces that need that roof. Oh my goodness, I just misclicked. My computer sometimes goes a little slow when I have this recording video on, and I don't have it. So I was trying to find, I guess there's probably the only roof on this plan, but you might have other roof structures, you might have other roof colors, other roof materials that you need to go ahead and do that for. Of course, the other material we looked at in the other video was siding. So if I come to my selection here, I can go to siding, and I just made this blue siding. But essentially you click on it, and I can select a wall surface and click on this as well, and we can see it's changed to the blue siding. I can click on, that's the front siding there, and not gonna do it. Go around the rest of your building and make it the materials as needed. If you need to do more than roof and siding, maybe there's a deck material that you need to do, or not. Things like concrete probably already exist. You don't need to make a new one for that. You can use one that's already in there. But go ahead and paint on all your materials for Revit, and in the next video we'll come back and I'll show you how to really start setting up this 3D view.